What's up, guys? It's your girl Sid, Naturally Being, back to you again with another video. So today I wanted to talk about the anxious avoidant loop. As somebody who is avoidant, I am definitely fearful avoidant, but I lean more avoidant than anxious, and my avoidant attachment has shown up the most in my relationships. Anytime I was like more anxious, it just like was not long lasting. Like when I start to get anxious, like the more anxious side, I end things because I am like, I hate feeling anxious attachment. Like I really feel for y'all who like that's your dominant attachment style, because that is like a horrible feeling. It feels, its own kind of pain to be avoidant, but the avoidant pain is more of like this long-term, like sustained, kind of grief. And anxious attachment is this very like pervasive, consuming, just like horrible feeling and like just hijacking of the mind. And so, as somebody who is more avoidant, I have attracted a lot of anxiously attached people in my dating life and in my relationships. And if they're not, totally anxious, they're just very maybe intense or something. And it causes me to like pull away and to get really uncomfortable. And it's like, anytime I've been in this like dynamic, it's like I think it's just valuable to like have it be explained from the perspective of somebody experiencing it, so the person on the other side knows. It's like when an anxiously attached person is coming on very strong to me and like wanting to rush things or being very intense about expressing their feelings and wanting me to like go further in the relationship or blah 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 blah. It's like I feel like very anxious and uncomfortable. It kind of ruins my day. It like ruins my mood. It's not even ruins my day. It just depends on like, it's just like this like unsettledness that is just with me, until the situation resolves, which a lot of the time it resolves with me ending the relationship, because I am just so uncomfortable all the time and I don't want to feel uncomfortable like that anymore. And so I end it, and it's like, it's hard because on the one hand, a lot of people, they think, well, if my avoidant person could just work on themselves and just like get rid of that avoidant and like push through the triggers and stuff. But it's like, it's not that easy. Like if you think about your anxious attachment style, like how easy is it for you to get over your anxious, grabbing and your, need to like see the person and to feel like you're in control of the situation again and to feel like you are reassured. Like how easy is it for you to get rid of that? That's why a lot of anxious people, it's like you want somebody who is pretty reassuring of you, like you need to find a secure partner who is like emotionally available and intelligent enough that if you tell them like, hey, I just need like a lot of reassurance, that they're going to be like, I got you, and they'll always be reassuring you how much, or a secure person that is very romantic and lovey and just naturally gives a lot of words of affirmation and stuff like that. That's what an anxious person really should seek, so that they can like sustain a basic level of like safety and comfort and, peace within oneself. An avoidant, for us to have a sustained level of comfort and peace is for us to find a partner that is, not avoidant, but also not anxious, and who, you know, is pretty independent and comfortable within themselves, and, you know, they accept us as we are, and they're not like pushing or trying to pull things out of us. They're just, you know, they're just like good. They're confident, they're secure, they're comfortable within themselves. And they give us independence and they give us space, but they also have, you know, that, you know, healthy balance in a relationship. An avoidant person, it's just not going to work if they're with somebody who is like very demanding of their energy, their, you know, time. Like, it's just, they're going to be constantly in this like place of anxiety and frustration and overwhelm, you know? And so I personally just do not think this is like ever really like sustainable. And like, people online are trying to teach other people how they can like be anxious with an avoidant and like how they can like fix. And so it's like, it can happen, but like, I just don't think more often than not that it's going to. I think that you really just need to try to find that sweet spot person for you and your attachment style, so that they can help you to come to a more secure place. I think you're playing life on hard mode. You're playing relationships on hard mode, trying to be with somebody who is the radically opposite attachment style from you. It's just going to be hard. And, you know, life is all about choices. And, you know, if you've been with this person for years and it's like, well, we want to like try, you know, that is an example of a situation where, yeah, like try, you know, you're very, you know, invested, you have a lot in this, you know. But if you're just dating somebody and you can already tell that they're avoidant and you're anxious, or they're anxious and you're avoidant, or they're just overwhelming your attachment style, even if they're secure, because, you know, they might be a secure person that's just very like needy, or like, you know, wants a lot of like quality time and words, you know. And so, you know, in that situation, I think it's probably just better for all parties involved to just go like, I can already tell this is like a dynamic that is not really sustainable for me, and I need somebody who's a little more, you know, this, because I'm this, you know. And yeah, I don't know, that's just kind of my perspective and my advice, and I hope that for whoever needed this, they got some kind of clarity or understanding. And I wish you all the best, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.